Hello, everyone, and welcome to the free Live Magic Q&A Tea Party with me, Madame Pamita, and my special guest this week, Gwendolyn. We meet every Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Zoom. And if you want to join us, it's a super easy thing to do. All you have to do is go to spellsquad.com and sign up, and you will get the super secret password, aka the link, to get into our Zoom meeting here so that you can join us and you can ask questions about magic, divination. We've got always an amazing variety of guests. Oh my God, my cat is going crazy. She's knocking things around. We always have an amazing selection of guests coming here that have great knowledge about spirituality and magic and divination and all that good stuff. And so you'll have ample opportunity to ask your questions and get them answered live right while we're here. Now, if you just stumbled on this and you're seeing this on YouTube or some other platform and you don't know who I am, I'm Madame Pamita. And you can find me online at parlorofwonders.com. It's P-A-R-L-O-U-R because we are very fancy. So we spelled the British way, Parlor of Wonders. You can find me at parlorofwonders.com. You can also find me, of course, on YouTube at my YouTube channel, which is /Madame Pamita. You can find me on Instagram at /Madame Pamita. And you can also, let's see, what else do I need to tell you? I am an author as well. I have a couple of blogs. I have a blog up on Patheos Pagan called Baba Yaga's Cottage, which is about Slavic magic. I have my general magic and spirituality blog on my site, which you can find at Parlor of Wonders. Go under Learn and you will find magic blog, and you can go there and find articles about spells and spirit guides and all kinds of things like that. I also have a book out called Madame Pamita's Magical Tarot, and I also have another book coming out October 8th. I'm very, very excited. It's the Book of Candle Magic, and you can pre-order it now on all the usual places. Of course, Amazon, Barnes & Noble. You can even pre-order it on my site. But what I'm asking people to do is to amplify the power of that pre-order by helping out our mom and pop bookshops. We want to keep our little independent bookshops alive. So if you have an independent bookstore in town or a metaphysical store, someplace where they might stock a book about candle magic, why not reach out to them with an email or a phone message and let them know that you'd like to pre-order a copy of the Book of Candle Magic by Madame Pamita. The reason that has great impact is, number one, you're spending your money instead of lining Jeff Bezos's billionaire pocket. You're spending money to help a family to keep their business afloat, a small business, which is awesome and great and amazing. And we're also, when you do that, you're also alerting them to that book being out there. So if they order one for you, they may order one for the store, and that will bring it to their awareness. So that benefits us because it's kind of like the street, you become the street team letting people know about this book. So it's super, super powerful thing that you can do, and it doesn't cost anything more than buying it, you know, at the usual places. So, and you support that mom and pop, which I think is really important. These are the places that I can teach classes once we're out of pandemic and we can go live and teaching classes in person again. These are going to be the places that I can do that. So we want to keep those places alive. Myself and other authors can go there, and that's important. So if you want me to come to your town and teach class, we have to support those mom and pop bookstores and those mom and pop metaphysical stores. I've got a big, big announcement for you guys. I've been very, very excited. I announced it last week and I'm announcing it again this week. We have a very, very special thing that's starting on the first Sunday of every month. During this time that we do the Live Magic Q&A, that 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to be doing on the first Sundays paid workshops. We're going to do a 90-minute workshop. This first workshop is September 6th, and it is about petition papers. This is what a question that I get all the time for people. How do I do a petition? How do I do an effective petition? What words should I use? What words shouldn't I use? Is there something that I'm doing wrong? Or, you know, all of these questions that people have about making a petition paper. I'm not only going to show you how to make an effective petition paper, but I'm going to teach you how you can use a petition paper alone for making a spell. So I'm going to teach you spells that are done only with petition papers. I'm going to show you some very simple petition papers, and we're going to take you all the way up to very, very advanced petition paper work. You will know petition papers inside and out, and you will never be without, if you can have paper and pen, you can do magic. And this is the way that I'm going to show you. So you'll want to sign up for that class. You can do so by going to parlorofwonders.com. And you can go to Learn, and you can go down to Magic Workshops. If you click on there, you'll see the link for the September 6th Petition Paper Workshop. There are also a couple other ones that I want to kind of give a little plug to. The first Sunday in October, which is October, what is it? October, where did I put it? Oh, October 4th. There we go. I can't read my own writing. October 4th, same thing. First Sunday of the month, the same time that we do the live magic Q&A, I'm going to be doing a workshop on making friends with the scary tarot cards. So we're going to be talking all about tarot, and we're going to be talking about those cards like the Devil, the Tower, all these cards that if you are dabbling in tarot or you're doing tarot, how do we make friends with these cards that are very, very challenging? All the swords cards, all these cards that look very, very negative. I'm going to show you a different side to them. I'm going to teach you ways that you can be friends with these cards and not fear these cards when they come up in a reading, whether you're getting a reading from someone or you're doing a reading for yourself or someone else, how to be in a place where you can see the benefit of these cards and what they can show you and make friends with them. So it's a really, really going to be a really fun workshop. And I said, oh, that's the perfect one to do for October, spooky, scary time. Let's do the scary tarot cards for October. So that's going to be October 4th. Then the third one that I have announced so far is November 1st. And that's going to be the beginning candle spells course. There's going to be a beginning one. And then the secret is there's going to be an advanced one in December, but I haven't announced it yet. So if you want to learn candle magic, come onto that class on November 1st. And we're going to be doing candle spells. You're going to be learning everything from the ground up, and that's going to be offered then. Each of the workshops are $40. They're not super expensive, and they're amazing opportunity for you to get in, to actually do the work, to get in and practice. I give you a list of optional things that you can bring to class and play along with us, as I say. With each of these classes, there are things that you can bring in and you can go along with us, but you'll also get a recording. So if you want to sit with the class, watch it, be paying attention to the class, you'll have that recording to listen back to, and you can do it at your own speed. Pause the thing if you need, pause the recording if you need to pause it, and do it how you want to do it. So it's going to be a great opportunity for you to learn really in-depth magical knowledge, really in-depth tarot knowledge in a way that not only you can be there and be present and ask your questions, but you also have a recording so you can go at your own pace. So it's going to be a very, very fun time. And I hope you'll join me. So go ahead and check it out by going to Parlor of Wonders, going to learn, and then scrolling down to magic workshops, and you'll see those 3 workshops and you can sign up for them. They're limited space, so make sure that you sign up. You don't wait too long to sign up, because if the space is run out, there's nothing I can do about it. There's a limit to the number of people that I can let in the class just by the system. So you want to make sure that you get into it. Make sure you sign up early. Don't wait till the last minute. So this week's guest, without further ado, this week's guest is Gwendolyn of Readings by Gwendolyn. She's a dear friend of mine. We have known each other for years and years, and I love her, and you guys love her too, because she's been on the show before, and the response to her being on the show was amazing. Gwendolyn's an intuitive reader and author who splits her time between the East Coast and the West Coast. Not so much now. You're staying put for now.
No, that's my current spot.
Yeah, but you're kind of a wonderful traveler and an explorer, and it's kind of like, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? We can say, where in the world is Gwendolyn? Because you may be anywhere. So when travel opens up again, I'm sure we're going to find you in Costa Rica, or you're going to be in Portugal, or you're going to be who knows where. So she's an expert, and this is the part that's so fun. She's an expert in astrology. She does amazing positive astrology. She's an expert in numerology. She's an expert in tarot. She's an expert in cards of destiny. She does readings online once in a while, though she's like, selective about what she does. She hosts workshops on all of these things and teaching about vision boards and numerology and tarot. I've hosted her for doing a numerology workshop, and I found it groundbreaking and amazing. It opened up a whole new world for me, and it was so fabulous. I hope you might do some workshops online sometime. Maybe you ought to think about maybe doing that. She's the author of a tarot course on Daily Ohm called Learn the Major Arcana in 22 Days. So people can sign up for that, right? They can go find that. If you go to Daily Ohm, you can find her course, Learn the Major Arcana in 22 Days. And she is in the process of releasing, that's what we're going to talk a little bit about, a new tarot deck called the Tarot of Flowers. And you can find, she does her daily tarot card of the day on her Instagram account, which is Readings by Gwendolyn. And you can also find her at Readings by Gwendolyn, and we can find Gwendolyn.com, readingsbygwendolyn.com, but we can also find your information about your deck where?
www.tarotofflowers.com.
So tarotofflowers.com is a place that you can sign up to get alerted when the Tarot of Flowers is coming out. But we're going to get a little sneak preview here, which is very exciting. Yeah. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Gwendolyn, yay!
Hi, everybody. Hi. I'm in the process. I'm really excited. about my first tarot deck that I'm going to release. This is the back that you can see there. It's got, and I've got different elements, different flowers for different elements. This is example of the Two of Swords. I'm hoping you can see these okay. There's better images on the website. So if you go to tarotflowers.com, you can see here's the star flower. And I've got meanings for each of these, for especially for the major arcana. I think I'm going to do, instead of a booklet, I think I'm going to do a video, because I want to go green and more like eco-friendly instead of booklets every time. I think I'm going to have a link. This is Ace of Cups, for example. So I think instead of the booklet, I think I'm going to do a video for that. So that's another part of it. And I'm just working on this. It's still in development. I have about 5 more major arcana cards to go, but you can kind of get a glimpse of what it's like. There's flowers on each one, and then you'll see the element represented here on the bottom. This, for example, is water. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I've really taken my time in choosing which ones. This is a hangman, which flowers represent each card. Full, of course, is daisy. So I'm not going to go through the whole deck here, but I just wanted to give you a little sampling. And again, if you're interested in seeing more of it, you can go online to tarotflowers.com and check out more of it. Here's more sun, obviously.
Oh, so, I love it. Yeah, it's so beautiful. This is so exciting because to me, it opens up, if you're a person who connects to flowers, it opens up the world of tarot for you. Yes. And if you're a tarot person, it opens up the world of flowers to you. Like, I feel like that crossover is so educational and powerful and dimensional. Totally. A flower person who knows flowers and has a connection to that plant world is going to get so much out of this, and it will open up tarot for them. It's such a cool thing.
Absolutely. Like, for example, I'm using, for the High Priestess, I'm using a pomegranate flower. And if you're familiar with the tarot, you'll understand the connection with High Priestess and pomegranate. So yeah. I'm going to go into depth with that in the book, the online booklet, about why I chose different flowers for specific cards. So it's really fun. I've gotten to know more about the flowers in doing research on this too.
That's so great.
It's been a lot of fun.
Well, this is the big surprise that we have for everyone. We're going to talk a little bit more about your deck, but while we're talking about your deck and while we're talking about what you're up to, Gwen is going to be doing something which she did last time, which is offering you guys either a 1-card reading. Everyone that we're going to get to as many as we can. I can't say everybody, but we're going to do first come, first serve. So if you have a question about, like I call a focused question, something about that's going on in your life, or a topic like career, relationship, health, money, family, luck, love, whatever, you can put the word or the question, or alternatively, because she's a numerologist, she can do your birthday and she can give you just a brief insight into who you are and your personality because of your number, your numerology based on your birthday. So you can either put either one or the other, not both. Put your birthday if you're interested in a mini numerology reading, or put a question or a phrase if you want a quick tarot reading. Okay. So we have people doing that. All right, great. So while you guys are doing that, and we're going to get to as many as we can over the next hour. So we're just going to talk for a couple more minutes, and then we're going to get right into it and do as many as we can for the next 40 minutes or so. So I want to ask you a question though, before we get to those readings. What inspired you to do this deck? Like, this is such an amazing, innovative deck.
I love that you asked me this question, Pam. This deck is, I love flowers, first of all. But I also
that in the background.
I wanted to, yes, these are my flowers of the week. I'm buying new flowers every week. So these are my current flowers. And I started off with doing a deck about old Hollywood. I really connect to Hollywood and the Hollywood Hills. I think they're very spiritual and very special. There's something about the Santa Monica Mountains that really does something for me. And I am developing an old Hollywood deck. I'm going to hold up a card here. Like, this is Magician. And I'm using all images from old Hollywood. So this one's in the background development. I actually started on this deck first, This is like the Hollywood Tower. So this is the Tower card. And I fell in love with this, but it's taking a long time to draw out, because as you can see, I'm taking these old photographs and I'm doing like black and white drawings and adapting them. And I'm just having a lot of fun with that. But while I'm developing that one, I want to do each pip card based on the person's date of birth according to the Cards of Destiny system. So to explain that, basically, like, for example, Paul Newman was born on a certain day that's represented by Ace of Diamonds. So I want the Ace of Diamonds card to have someone who is born on that particular day. So it's going to take a while to map it all out. So like Vivian Lee is a 2 of Diamonds. She's going to be 2 of Diamonds. So I'm having a lot of fun designing that. But while I was doing this, I figured, okay, since that's taking a long time, why don't I put together another deck with something that I'm interested in and learn how to do a deck. So I've worked on this just so I could have it and do readings with it. Like here's Strength, for example, Tiger Lily. Here's Emperor, which is an iris, you know, Empress, which is a pink rose. And I'm learning all about, like, what does it take to make a tarot deck? You know, where do you order it from? How do you design it? And there's lots of resources out there. And if anyone's interested in learning about making a tarot deck, I can point them in the right direction, or I can point them in a direction. And, you know, there's the question of just self-publish or publish through a publishing house. So I'm having so much fun learning how to make a tarot deck. And also here's another one from the old Hollywood tarot deck.
So beautiful.
Yeah, this is High Priestess for that one. It's really fun. This is Lillian Gish. So again, real old-timey stuff, which I'm really into, but I love the flowers too. So that's a long answer to a short question.
I'm so sorry. I had to like type a text while you were doing that. So if you hear,
no, I'm glad you did.
I have someone that is outside that's like, oh, can I? And I'm like, no, I'm on something right now. I'm doing something. I can't come to the door. So, so anyway, so that's an amazing. I mean, I know you had showed me the old Hollywood deck, and I can't wait for that to come out.
Wait for that one either.
So what, you know, we can look forward to that too. And I think if people sign up for the flowers deck, they can find out about the flowers deck and when that's going to be out, but they can also find out about the old Hollywood deck too, because you'll have that mail list that you can let people know and alert them about that. That's going to be amazing. All right. Well, are you ready to get into some questions?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna field them to you.
Okay.
I'll do all the back end work. I'll be your assistant.
Thank you.
All right, so here we go. Hey, 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 hello, and meow to the kitty. Okay, so let's get into the first one. Yeah. Amy is May 8th, 19. So she's 5/8, 1971.
Okay, so Amy, I'm gonna look at your personality number, and then I'm also gonna look at your life path number. Your personality number is how we greet the world, how we appear to the world, and then our life path number is what we need to follow to feel satisfied and fulfilled in this lifetime, like who you are on sort of a core level. So actually you're double 4. Wow. The way I'm getting that is 5 and 8 is 13. I'm not going to break this down for everyone, but just for Amy to get the process down, your day and month creates your personality number. So 5 and 8 together is 13. And then if you keep adding all the way down, it eventually goes down to a 4. That's your personality number. Now, when you add 1971 to that, 5, 8, 1971, if you keep adding all those numbers together, you'll also get a 4. That's why you're a double 4. You're a 4 personality and a 4 life path. So what this tells me is that you really do well with like foundation and stability and structure. You can be the kind of, usually when I see 4s, I often think of like 4 of Wands or 4 of Diamonds, 4 of Pentacles. If you think about like a concrete foundation, that's what you do really well. And sometimes you like to hold on to things. And 4s are often to do with boundaries. Boundaries is what will really stabilize your life, because it's usually about who's in, who's out, what's up, what's down. You like to know the perimeters of life. And you also are very good, usually with the 4s, they will, you have a good earning capacity, but it has to do with putting in the work. So sometimes 4s can feel like I don't have enough, not enough is coming to me. But the 4, because it's such a stable, structured number, it's almost like you can complete something if you put in enough work to it. It's not like a 3 or a 5 where there's restless energy. 4 is very stable and structured. So with a double 4, for example, you could do, I would say real estate is probably the best job for you, honestly. Double 4. Because if you think about it, it's the 4 walls. It's the 4 cement pouring foundation.
Or
yeah,
it could be interior decorating.
exactly. It could be because, and I'll explain why that is true. Pam's 100% right. 4 is the 4th house, which is Cancer. So again, it represents the home. Whether it's the exterior or the interior of the home doesn't matter. It's all that home related stuff. So yeah, 4s do anything related to the house, remodeling. Yeah, you may already do that. Yeah,
Construction, real estate, all of that.
Absolutely.
All right, so Helen's birthday is 10/15/1961.
10/15/1961. I want to say one more thing to Amy too, is
Okay.
you can do, one thing came to mind, it'll come back, something about the home. Anyway, oh, home-based business, that's what I wanted to say. Okay, so Helen, 25, you are a 7 personality, 6, 7, 8, 15, 6 life path. So interesting. Okay, life path, you're a 6, so that's what I call the steady Freddies. 6 is representative of the beehive. So if you think about the community, if you think about the hexagonal beehive shape of the honeycomb, the bees work together as a group. They really identify more with the group than themselves. So you do well with working with like friends and family, with community development. You're a very reliable person. We usually see like nurses, government people, police, anyone who's like within the structure, serving the group is 6 energy. Oftentimes doing a business with your friends or family, like a family run business is 6 energy. You're a very reliable friend as well. 7 is the spiritualist. This is your personality. So you greet the world as a 7, which is the guru. It's the hermit energy. It is the spiritualist. It takes you out of this world into another world. So even though you're like on a core level very stable, you have a lot of interest potentially in spiritual matters, and you can sometimes present as like sort of quiet or withdrawn sometimes. That's one way it presents. Or you could be involved in, it would do well for you, you would enjoy being involved in something like a church or a yoga community, or like I could see you doing like retreats because you have the organizational community focus of the 6, but 7 is spirituality. So some kind of spiritual retreat is really good for you.
All right, so Farah is 12/30/1979.
12/30/1979. Okay, so this is 30. Okay, you're a 5, Sarah. Pam knows this one.
Farah.
Sarah, yeah, okay.
Farah with an F.
Oh, Farah, thank you. I was here for that. Farah, like Farrah Fawcett. Yeah.
Yes.
Got it. So 8. Okay, you're a 5/4. So 5 personality, 4 life path. So Pam knows the 5 energy is.
I also know Farah, so I know her personality, and that's like perfect. I know where you're going with this, and it matches, but I'll let you go.
Yeah. Well, 5 is usually the rebel. 5 is the person who finds new frontiers. It's very associated with Sagittarius. So it's like going out into the world and tasting all the different flavors and bringing it back to the group to say, this is what the truth is. So 5 is interested in pushing boundaries, creating something new, discovering something new. It's often associated with freedom. So it's about learning something that is beyond the current frontier. It's beyond the current borders. And the 4, you have an interesting matchup because the 4, like we saw with Amy, very stable, very rooted, it's that Cancer home energy, the 4 walls. But this 5 wants to lead you out. It's more restless energy. You've got an interesting combination of 4 and 5 because 4 is constrictive energy. It solidifies, it holds you down, it holds you in place. 5 is the opposite. 5 is expansive energy. So 5 wants to go out and expand and like discover and inquire. So with that, because the 5 is so good at asking questions and discovering people, an interesting combination of being stable and structured in one place, but also asking questions. So I'm seeing you something like maybe an interviewer, perhaps somewhere where you're staying in one. 4 is in the gallery, in the home, in the office, but asking questions. I could even see human resources for you, because you're good at stabilizing things, but you're also good at inquiring and finding out things, that 5 energy. So nice mix. You could kind of go in either direction, constrictive or expansive, or some combination of the two. I don't know if that attends to.
I love that. It totally pertains to, I don't want to like get
Oh yeah, yeah.
personal or reveal too much, but it pertains. It definitely pertains. And also I see that, Farah, because I know you, I see that as something you can move into, like the interviewer quality, that kind of inquisitive quality could be something amazing that could happen for you.
Yeah, some of the best interviewers are 5s. Yeah, because they can ask questions, and they're social creatures, so they want to like find out about people. It's really great. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. All right. Next one is Alyssa, who would like a reading about the topic of love.
Okay.
A card, not a reading.
Yeah, love.
Card about love.
Alyssa, I'm asking about love for Alyssa. Please give me information. Ooh, okay, we got a couple jumpers. I'm gonna just read. I was gonna just do one, but I'm gonna do a couple here just because they all jumped out together. I'll try to make it quick. I got Hierophant, King of Wands, and the Moon for you. So I'm gonna hold these all up as I talk about them, and I'll go real quick. But Hierophant is usually the marriage card. It's about higher wisdom, higher learning, spirituality. I really get the sense, Alyssa, you need to like tap into your higher power about this situation. I don't know if you pray or you meditate, or what your if you have a spiritual practice or anything related to that you do, that's going to give you more answers about this. But this is usually a union of the spirit and the flesh. So, or it could be between people. So I would say there's the reason you're being presented with this current thing is it's taking you to the next level. This is 9th house stuff. This is about learning a spiritual lesson. There's something about this relationship or this situation, whether it's a current relationship or something that's coming to you, that's going to teach you a higher lesson. But I think you just need to connect with your higher power about it, is what I'm getting. There's some sort of conventionality about it too. There's something you're being taught. King of Wands, this could represent the person that you're looking at, whether male or female. This is someone who is, or it could represent you. This is someone who is very confident, sees the bigger picture, has large vision, is fiery and bold in nature. Someone who like acts first, asks questions later. They just go for it. So what I'm getting with these two off the bat is I'm getting a go for it. Like both of these are on thrones. So this is like royal energy. This is major arcana. This is minor, but still you've got king with the high priest, who is the high guide. And then moon, there is a certain level of illusion here. So not all your instincts, there are things under the surface that are coming to the surface. This card, I always point out, there's this scorpion or crab, this water creature coming up from the lake, which is your subconscious feelings and thoughts, coming up for evaluation here between the dog and the wolf. This one is domesticated, one is wild. So this is a real, it's like a consideration between left brain and right brain to evaluate, how do you really feel? You need to spend time at night, right before you go to bed, and I would say even right, like what are your deep-seated feelings that are coming up for air that need gentle evaluation under the light of this moon? That's going to give you some more clarity about who this King of Wands person is, whether it's you or the other person. But this is step forward boldly with confidence. You're going to get your higher wisdom here, higher learning, higher knowledge that may lead to this beautiful, strong union. So that's my 3 read on that.
Alrighty, so we've got Jen, who has the question, move to a new town?
Okay. I want to do a 4-card reading on this, like north, south, east, west, or that's my inclination. I'll just pull 1 card, but
well, you know how you can do that.
Tell me.
The minor arcana also have directions. Swords are east, wands are south.
Okay.
Cups are west. So if you get a minor, you get a direction.
I don't know that part of it, but let me just pull one, and then Pam will also help out on this one. Okay, so here's what we got. Oh, of course we get justice.
Oh,
So justice, and then I'm also staring at 9 of Wands. So what direction was that?
south.
South. Okay, there's something's going to go in your favor. If you're thinking about heading south, something may go in your favor. Justice is usually a verdict that's rendered after lots of time and consideration, something that is fair, something that has equanimity to it, something that it may make you feel more balanced. 9 of Wands, I want to read these two together because 9 of Wands it's called the Survivor card. 9 of Wands is usually someone who has been knocked down many times in battle. I call it fall down 7 times, get up 8. You know, it's the person who, and I also call it the Cool Hand Luke card because he keeps getting knocked down and he keeps getting back up. And he's always looking over his shoulder, like thinking, when's the next thing gonna hit me? When's it going to, you know, strike me down again? With justice, I kind of get a lot of that's over. This is a lot of evaluation, a lot of consideration. I usually look at justice as when you follow the truth. Justice is in service to the truth. So when you follow the truth of what is right for you and what you're thinking of, I'm thinking if it is south, that's a good sign here. Justice is also usually a very peaceful card. It's like the final resolution, the final verdict. If you have been thinking about moving south and you want to like put down roots, I get the sense that justice is saying, yes, this is your final verdict. This is your final decision. This is the buck stops here. So if it's in another direction, you may have more peace just staying where you're at and thinking it over a little bit more. If you're thinking about moving in that southern direction, ask yourself how you feel. Does it feel like you would be, does this feel like it would be final for you or not? If it does feel like it's final, then justice is serving you and saying, yes, this is correct. If it feels like it's a leapfrog onto something else, I would say spend more time just thinking it over and really weigh the pros and cons. So that's my reading on that one.
Alrighty, Bruce has a question about my career, just my career is the topic.
Bruce, please give me information for Bruce and his career. What's going on for Bruce? King of Wands, 2 of Cups. Ooh, okay. You get, I know I'm doing more than one card, Pam, I'm sorry.
I told her in the preamble when we were meeting before, I said, you've got to go quick because there's a lot of people that are going to want to read it.
I have to give some, like.
You over-deliver.
Okay. Now, interesting, Bruce. 2 of Cups is here with King of Wands. These are somewhat different energies, but they can combine nicely. King of Wands, as we've seen before, is the confident person who has the big vision. So what I'm getting from King of Wands is don't play it small. If you have any question between like a job that's going to work for you, you'll get paid okay, or taking that leap and taking that huge thing like being the CEO, running your own business, this is the guy. So I'm saying don't play small. Go for the big one. He's got the big vision, the big dreams, the big passion, the big action. He goes for it. Now, 2 of Cups tells me this might be if you've thought about starting a business and you're in a relationship, 2 of Cups tells me you may go into business with your partner, or that you may discover your partner through your business. So there's some kind of nice support that 2 of Cups energy, which is usually like love energy, partnership energy. It's 2 hearts. It's also compromise. So there may be a way where you're striking a deal, but it's really about your heart. So I'm going to say follow your passion, follow your heart, but don't think small. This is not thinking small and just taking the job that's going to like get you by is not your answer. You have to think big. You have to be the one large and in charge, if you know what I mean. So that's
great.
That's King of Wands energy.
All right. CK wants to know, CK's birthday is 5/14/74.
5/14/1974. Okay, great.
1974.
So 19, interesting. First of all, you have a very interesting personality number. I want to talk about that for a second. If you had 5 and 14, it's 19, which is a karmic number. And usually the 19 means that you're an individualist, you're one personality. So you like to be, the one can go 2 different ways. It kind of has the resonance of both, is that it's leadership quality, but it's also like lone wolf quality. So it's leader of the pack, it's lonely at the top, it's one of a kind, it's magician energy, it is very unique. Like inventors have this, sometimes painters or artists who have a one of a kind unique vision. That's your personality. You don't like to be told what to do ever. 9 though, coming with it, says that there's something from the past that you need to resolve. 19 is karma that's being brought in from the past to complement this 1. So there's some, I don't know if it's family stuff where you've had to break away from your family, or there's something where there is the one individuality, but it's always like in struggle with separating from whatever 9 energy. There's something around you that you're always trying to distance yourself from, or speak out, or identify yourself with. So, or you're trying to find your identity separate from this karmic baggage. So I don't know what that's about, but you might know what that's about. The rest of yours is 9, 7, 11, 12, plus the 1. I just want to make sure I'm adding this twice because I want to get it right. So there's 11, 12. Yeah, that's a 3. That's a 4. You're a 4. So stable home. Again, it's 4 stuff, just like we had with Amy. 4 is about home. I get the sense that you need to break. There's something about the family you need to break away to identify yourself. There's like heavy family energy. I don't know why I keep getting that. With a parent who is domineering or something, there's some, or your big, what I'm getting for you is that your big thing is coming into your own, the I am me, rather than I am part of this last name, or there's a differentiation that needs to happen in this lifetime for you. That's a big deal. So home gallery, as far as a career, 4 energy again. So for you, maybe even becoming a parent, if you're not one already, maybe really a transformational, like you get your identity from that. It's a very lineage based thing for you somehow or another. You'll know what that's about, but yeah, family stuff.
All right, Christine has 11, 9, 1965.
11, 9, 1965. Okay, Scorpio. 11 and 9, so 20. Yeah, 2 life path. I mean, 2 personality. I love the 2s. I mean, I love all the numbers, but there's 11, 12, 3. Okay, you're a 2, 5. That's an interesting combination. Your 2 personality makes you, the 2s are usually the helpers, the people who help. So you can probably be like thought of as a very helpful person. Usually like it's the nurse handing the doctor the scalpel, or you can make a really good counselor. Yeah, that's what I'm getting for you, because 2 is I want to support, I want to help, I want to be of service, I want to combine to balance out, I want to create a full unit, a whole. And 5, as we've seen, 5 is your life path. 5s are the good questioners, the ones who know how to inquire and ask the right questions, as well as like push the boundaries, discover something new, discover freedom. But with you as the 2 personality and the 5 asking questions person, I'm actually getting counselor for you. Now this could be someone who goes out on the road somehow, because 5 usually has to do with travel and exploring things. But with that 2 personality, you just want to help people. This could even be like Peace Corps stuff where you're helping out in the world. Either counselor, like talking with people on the couch, like a what do they call that? Therapist. Yeah, like I'm thinking about the MFC. I don't know what.
Yeah, marriage, family, child counselor.
Yeah, MFCT or something. That, or someone who is of assistance out in foreign lands. That's another, like, I don't know if diplomat would do that, but some kind of service in a foreign place, or counselor. That's what I get for you.
All right, Esteban is 6/2, 1976.
Esteban, 6/2, 1966?
1976. 6/2, 1976.
1976. Okay, 8 personality. Love those 8s. 8s are the organizer. eights are the manager, and you usually can be very organized. As the personality placement, usually it means success with the group. Usually it means that you can take a leadership role. You know how to organize things. I always think of like the soccer coach when I think of eights. They know how to like deal with big groups of people and be leaders for good groups of people. Also, sometimes it has to do with banking, because 8 has to do with power and abundance. So good organizational skills, knows how to organize a group, bring about abundance, bring about, like, you can usually, with an 8, you'll have power based on how good you give and receive. If you give too much, you won't experience the power of the 8. Or if you receive too much without giving, you won't experience the power of the 8. But if you're balanced with your giving and receiving, you should be a very powerful person. Let me figure out the 1976 part of it too, because I want to look at your life path. So 13, 14, that's a 5. Yeah, interesting, like another 4 here. Okay, so you're an 8-4. Usually if you're an 8-4, that usually means someone who's very sensible and rational, very stable. I would say, I mean, again, I'm getting that banker vibe for you. You could also go into real estate with the 8-4, because you've got that, the 8, it usually brings in groups of people. You could also do something where there's a building full of lots of people. Principal, it's not really that energy, but I could see you running a group, like a sports group or something where you're the head of the group and it's very stable, and like running a nonprofit somehow is what I'm getting. Anyway, so that's 8-4, stable energy, abundance, organization. Esteban.
Okay, A Hilda 85 is 2/7/1985.
2/7/1985. Okay, 9 personality. Wait, 1975, Pam?
1985.
85. Thank you. 9. Oh, 9 and 5.
2/7/1985.
2/7/1985. Am I getting that? Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, a 9. We've got a 9 personality and a 5 life path. So the beautiful thing about the 9s are the this is your personality, how you greet the world, is the 9s are the humanitarians. They are, when I think of like St. Francis, I think of 9 energy, usually really good with children, usually really good with animals. 9s are the bridges between people. So if you find 2 people who are in conflict, a 9 is usually the person who can speak the common language. Because what a 9 does is 9 amplifies the energy of anyone else they're around. So like if you're around a 5, you're going to amplify their 5 energy. If you're around a 7, you're going to amplify their 7 energy. Usually 9s are the peacemakers, devoted to a cause. Very soft, beautiful, humanitarian, peacemaking energy. That's how you present to the world. Usually you're going to find that you are probably the conflict resolution person, either in your family or your group of friends or in general. And as a 5, you're an explorer. So this is 5, again, is Sagittarius energy. It's the freedom lover. It can be the rebel, the person who's good at asking questions, often going around and traveling. You bring a level of peace and conflict resolution. You could even be like a traveling veterinarian, that kind of thing, with 5 energy, where you're going all around. It's kind of restless energy, but it's also travel related. But you're bringing that message of peace or reconciliation, or having to do with benefactor to animals or children, or, you know, negotiating change is actually the 2 words that I'm getting for you, whatever that means.
All right, Lucy has a question for tarot.
Yeah.
Laid off, job in near future. So I'm guessing I'm laid off. Is there a job in the near future?
Yeah. Is there a job in the near future for Lucy? What can we tell Lucy? What's information is coming up for Lucy regarding being laid off? And is there a job in the near future? Ha! Guess what you got? You got the I am card. You're going to have to speak this into existence, Lucy. This magician card is the abracadabra. And usually what abracadabra means, I say it and therefore it is so. So magician, I always point out, has all the elements available to him. You know, he's got the coin, the cup, the sword, the wand. It's really pulling down from the heavens. You become this conduit between pulling down from the heavens. Here's the realm of possibility, and here's the realm of tangibility. So you're going to actually create this by speaking it into, your layout is a blessing, believe it or not. It looks like it's not right now, but you're being forced, like a baby's forced into the world. It feels really uncomfortable, but you're being forced to create your own job. So your homework is to write out, I am blah, 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 what you want to be. I am a jazz musician. I am blah, blah, blah. You have to write out the picture of what it is that you want to be doing. You can will it into being, is what magician says. You have the capability, and the power of getting musician wise is coming out. The power of magician is that he harnesses focus. That is his number one skill, concentration, one thought only. So your focus to create this has to be the first thing you think about when you wake up, and the last thing you think about when you go to sleep. And almost thinking about nothing else. So you have to write this in words though. And you have to say it. If you read those words out loud too, it's going to give it even more power. I am such and such. You know what the rest of that is, but you can create this.
I think there's another part of that too, which is the focus manifestation. It's easy when we've lost a job to feel fearful, but
Yes.
you want to get yourself out of the fear and into the place of that forward focus instead of backward. I feel like fear is always pulling us back from something, but like, what is it that I want to achieve? What is it that I want, the goal and the focused intention? So writing and speaking it, you can fake it till you make it, right?
Yes.
If you're still feeling fearful, oh my God, I've lost my job, what am I going to do? You can speak into existence and redirect all that energy into a forward motion instead of going back into the fear. So
yes, I want to say more about that too. Is the card before this is Fool, which is all about being excited and motivated and trusting in the universe to catch you. And then this is the point where you take action. So it's action in the direction of what you want to manifest and create. So take action.
perfect.
See it first.
Okay, Ava is asking the question. Oh, sorry, Lillian is asking the question. Ava, you're next. Lillian's asking a question. Will my marriage reconcile?
Ooh, good one. Lillian. Will the marriage reconcile? First hit before I would get a card. The first hit I get off of this, Lillian, is it's not really about you. It's about the other person and their willingness. But let me just okay. Ooh, interesting. 4 of coins. There's something. This is usually a very stable card. This is 4 of coins, 4 of pentacles. However, there's something about fear of money here. There is something about trying to hold on to something out of fear. So my first inclination on this is let go of whatever you can let go of, because when you are holding on to something so tight, you're not allowing any new energy to come in. If you surrender that and open your palm and say, I let it go, let that thing fly, look at what you're doing. You're creating more space for new energy to come in, new life. So paradoxically, you have to let go in order to let new life into this situation. So I know it's super scary, but that's kind of the lesson of the 4 of Pentacles, is that the more you hold on to and the more you cling, it's actually the Midas card is how I refer to this, is because he loves holding on to that coin, and it may feel stable and secure, but he's building a wall right in front of him. Everything he touches refers back to money. It turns into gold, but he has no love there. He has no, he can't go anywhere. He's imprisoned by his holding on. So you have to let go, let that person go. And there may be that room, that opportunity, the new life to come in. As it is currently, if it's currently kept at this current 4 of coins energy, it will not reconcile. It has to change. Something has to be released. And then potentially there's new energy, new life that gets breathed into it. So yeah. Anyway,
what's coming forward is that cheesy statement. So cheesy, but it's true. If you love something, let it go. If it comes back to you, it's yours. If it doesn't, it never
I'm
was.
getting this too, Pam. 100%.
And that space, whether that space is for your current partner to come back or a new partner to come in, the space is what allows it to happen.
Yes,
And so that kind of opening up and acceptance is what Gwen's talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a cheesy, I know it's so cheesy,
No,
but,
but it's true. This is
but it's
holding
true.
on out of fear card. This is holding on out of fear. So
Yeah.
really what you just said is the antidote. I mean, it really is. Whether it's him or someone else, you have to let go and make that space is what it's telling me. You have to face that fear. And
Yeah.
it does seem like it might be financial. There might be some financial component to this because 4 coins.
All right. So Eva is wanting to know, when is new love coming?
Okay. Eva, when is new love coming for Eva? Please give us information clear about when new love is coming for Eva. I don't know. I get sparkly energy off of you, Eva. It might be coming sooner than you think. Judgment. Okay. I got an answer for you. You might not like it. You might love it. Here's what judgment says. There's someone you need to forgive. As soon as you forgive this person, you may see new things happening. I see judgment often as these people are dead and they're rising again. So this is people from the past. This is past karma. This may be old beliefs about love. This might be old stuff that you're dragging around, saying I'm not lovable, or my relationships always go this way, or, you know, so-and-so has done me wrong. Like these are old stories, and also sometimes related to family. We usually see man, woman, child here. So I want you to do like an inventory, Eva, and ask, is there any old stories or old histories that I need to release and maybe forgive? This is like the angel of forgiveness. It's like passionate fire cleansing energy. Forgiveness actually has like a very cleansing energy, and it can clear you of any of this karmic stuff, this old, when I say karmic, I mean old stuff that's being dragged around. It's like a suitcase you're taking everywhere with you. So open up that suitcase, get stuff out of there, and forgive whoever you need to forgive, even if it's yourself or someone else, ideally both. And then you're traveling light and you're ready. Like it's going to come to you faster than you think. So that's,
You know what I'm getting for this too is the Ho'oponopono.
Yes, yes.
So, and you know, this, Eva, the thing that I would add to that is that it doesn't mean that you have to have a conversation with that person.
Right.
If there's some estrangement or something like that, where you have, like, it would be wrong or uncomfortable or something that were to have the conversation, it doesn't mean that you have to have that conversation, but it can be the forgiveness in your heart sent out to that other person.
Yes.
And one of the beautiful ways of doing that is a Ho'oponopono, which is, I have an article about the Ho'oponopono up on my blog. So if you go under Parlor of Wonders, go to Parlor of Wonders, go to Learn, and go to Magic Blog and look for Ho'oponopono. It's I think the article title is like, it's the magic ritual to heal heartbreak. It's a very simple thing. It's saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. It's that's it right there. But that practice sent in the direction to a person can be very, very powerful. So
it's extremely powerful, and it's, you know, it can work miracles. If you even like if you go online and study like Ho'oponopono miracles, the other person doesn't even have to be involved. Like it clears so much space, and it's mostly for you, but they can often benefit from it too. So
yeah.
That's what Pam said.
Yeah. So there's a great article, super brief article, but gets to the point and can tell you how to use it in that spiritual, magical way. So, Nina says, luck in the fall. So question is there going to be luck in the fall?
There's going to be luck in the fall for Nina. Tell me about Nina's luck in the fall. What's coming up for Nina in the fall? Is there luck coming for her? Interesting. I got judgment again, so I'm gonna pass on that because that just feels like repetitive energy. But you too may need to do some sort of like releasing of forgiveness.
Ho'oponopono is for you, and Ho'oponopono for you, and Ho'oponopono for you.
You have good work luck. You have 8 of coins. So your luck, you know, it's funny. There's a Thomas Edison quote that says something like success or, you know, is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. So your luck is financial luck, especially, and it really has to do with how much work you put in. So you kind of make your own luck. There's another quote.
Thomas Jefferson said, you know, something about that luck is like, I worked to make my good luck, you know, and I put energy and effort toward my good luck. So it isn't something, luck isn't always something that just happens to you. You can create your own luck, is probably
It's
that
actually really
message.
true. And I see Eight of Coins as that. And I see it too as like, don't they say something like success is the place where opportunity and hard work meet? Like it's almost like the luck is from what you have. Being ready is what I'm really getting for you. Being ready for that luck to come in by the work that you've put in. So it's like you can win the race when you have been training and you have been like, you know, your luck is wanting to come in, but it really has to do with like the sweat equity that you're putting in to put yourself in the place to receive that luck. It really has to do with your work. And also, Eight of Coins can be what you create. It's often the artisan card. So someone who's working on something and creating something and putting it up on the shelf to be seen or out in the window to be seen. You could have luck, especially if you're a creative, by putting your wares out to be seen. It could bring in especially good money luck.
All right, so H is numerology, 11/3/1988.
11/3/1988. This is H?
Yeah.
Another Scorpio. Okay, so let's see. 11 and 3 is another 5. Again, I'm just getting 11 and 3 is 14. Add together, it's 5. And then with an 8, another 5/4. Who was the other 5/4 here? Sarah. So
Sarah.
yeah.
You thought it was Sarah, but it was Sarah with an F.
I wrote Sarah, this is why. I'm changing it now to F. Yeah, H. Interesting. Okay, 5/4. Interesting. I'm getting journalist somehow. Now, 4 is stable. 4 is like, I for some reason, H, if you've had struggles with money, I don't know why that's coming up with this 4 energy, but there's something about the house, the home, the building, something about work not being satisfying. So, and this 5 is the asking questions. So I'm getting reporter, weird. I'm getting journalist. I'm getting reporter keeps coming up. Detective stuff. There's something about asking questions for the building. Could be even like an assessor type thing. There's something about asking questions for the building that is going to be more satisfying for you. I don't know if this means you have to do it independently. You like to be independent, but the stability and the structure of the job is also important to you because that's where the money comes in. So you need something that feels really sure, really like you get that solid paycheck, or that the company is always going to be there, that it's rigid, that it's stable, but you also like to have a little bit of freedom. So I don't know if it's like an expense account or if it's asking questions. 5 energy is travel, it is asking questions, it's investigating. I'm getting investigative reporter. I don't know why, if that makes something sense to you, or if you've ever been interested in like detective work, but you're going to have to report back to a business that's firm and stable. So 5 and 4 energy, it's a nice balance of, same with Farah, you need that structure, that condensed decisive energy between like what's black, what's white, what's up, what's down. That's like a real compass energy. But you also kind of need that free floating 5 energy, which is like, I want to go out and discover the world and then bring something back. So I'm getting you go out and find the truth and you bring it back, whatever that might mean to you. I keep getting reporter for you, or journalist of some kind. I don't know why.
Alrighty, so last one. We got a list, but this is the last one we can get to because I have to work after this. So all are fun. I get party and then I have to work. So Tracy wants to know, is there a new love coming in for me?
Okay, Tracy. New love for Tracy. I get, when you speak of Tracy, I'm getting like pink. So that is heart energy. I don't know if, Tracy, if you want to surround yourself with pink, That's heart chakra energy, or wear pink stones like rose quartz. That may help draw in new love. What was the exact verbatim of the question?
Is there a new love coming in for me?
Is there a new love coming in for me? Yeah, you have to nurture this, Tracy. You're going to have to prepare yourself for this. I would say even like take baths with rose petals, or anything pink is good for you. Hanged Man. Okay. Is there a new love coming in for Tracy? You're gonna have to see something from a totally different perspective. And Hangman is a very spiritual card. Hangman, because you got it in this orientation, usually it means like marching to the beat of your own drum. It means being really authentic with who you are. You have to show up not by what you think someone's going to be attracted by, not what you think they want to be. It's actually that by you being 100% authentic, you're getting this new enlightenment, this new perspective, seeing things from a 180. Whereas you have there's some way in which you have put yourself in the world and love has found you in the past. This is going to be totally different. You don't need to be concerned about what the other person's going to be attracted to. Your focus needs to be on being the most real and authentic version of you. The Hangman is the person who a lot of times society looks at sideways because they're doing things so completely different. It's got a lot of Aquarius and Uranus energy to it, where they really march to the beat of their own drum. They're really unique individualists, and they can see things that most people don't see. That's this halo, because they're seeing things from a 180. They're seeing things from a completely different point of view. So I get the sense for you especially, you're going to have to approach love in a completely different way. You might have to turn yourself upside down to actually see love coming. You might actually fall in love with someone that you already know but never had feelings for before. Or it could be someone from a totally different walk of life, somewhere where you didn't expect love to come from. But your job in this is to show up completely authentically. You're not to change yourself to try to be attractive to someone else. You have to be you 100%.
What I'm picking up about your pink and that what you're saying about the authenticity, it feels like self-love first.
Totally.
Self-acceptance and self-love, because then if you're in a place of self-acceptance, you will present in the world as your true self, because you won't be ashamed of your true self. You know, your authentic self will be something that you love and accept and nurture. And so then you won't have to feel like I have to hide behind something to be acceptable. Right?
100%, yeah, because one of the other things about Hangman is that he finds comfort in an uncomfortable position. So what you think may be your flaws or any insecurities is actually going to be what draws this person to you. It's actually going to be like the comfort zone of you being, like what Pam said, you finding that self-love, even if for things that you think are quirky, are going to be like, that's what's going to shine through. That's what's going to radiate and attract to this other person, you being the authentic version of you.
I love it. Golly gee, Gwendolyn, she is so giving, and so like you deliver and then some. You are just a giver, totally a giver. You're Pisces, that's why.
What can I do?
Thank you so much for joining us. So people, I'm going to say one more time, the place to go is the Tarot Flowers.
Tarot Flowers,
The tarotflowers.com. You can check out the whole deck. You can also find Gwendolyn on readingsbygwendolyn.com.
That's down right now because I'm changing servers, but it'll be, changing hosting, but it'll be up soon.
But the Tarot Flowers is up, right?
Yeah.
Wonderful. And we'll have you back again, because it's always such a delight to do the marathon reading you do. And everybody loves it so much. You guys all love it so much. Thank you so much for being here with us. Next week, we're going to have Honoreo.
I'm coming to that for sure.
Yeah, Honoreo is our dear friend, Chris. He's going to be back on again. He's the one that does all the work. He's worked in Santeria. He comes from Puerto Rico, has a lot of knowledge about the sort of traditional spirituality, but also is a very, he's had that experience, but now comes with his own flavor, which is so beautiful. He's a reader. He's a beautiful diviner and just a funny, hilarious person. So you will definitely be laughing on that one and having a good time. So that will be next week. Be sure to go to parlorofwonders.com, look at learn, changed it from instruction to learn because that's a better word. Go to learn and then check out the magic workshops, and you'll see the places that you can sign up for those workshops that are coming up. Super excited to be doing this. It's going to be an amazing time. Hands-on work. We're going to be doing hands-on with all of it. And so I would love to have you come into those workshops. So sign up and make sure you get your spot. So, you know, I don't want you guys to be in that situation where you're like, I wanted to come to the thing, but I couldn't come to the thing because there was no more spaces. So make sure you sign up for it early, and then you'll be guaranteed your space. You can join us on the 6th of September, and we'll be talking about petition papers, how to make super powerful, amazing magic with just a piece of paper and a pen. It's amazing. You don't need fancy, expensive gear to make magic. All you need is paper and pencil, right?
Yep.
So I'm gonna go all the ins and outs. It's gonna be a beautiful 90-minute workshop, and I hope you'll join me for that. So Gwendolyn, thank you again for your amazing
Thanks for having
generosity.
me. It's always so fun, Pam.
Oh my gosh, it is fun. We'll do it again sometime for sure. We said before we'll do it again. And we did. So we'll do it again sometime for sure. Thank you guys for coming, showing up. It's so lovely to have you here at, the clubhouse. We'll see you next week with Honoreo, and have a great week, everyone. We'll see you then. Bye.